In the movie Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, the character Han was very disapproving of Hyundai cars, which result in this famous quote.
What you think? I'm gonna let you roll in a Hyundai?
However, that was in 2006. Fast forward to 2021, I think a lot of us wouldn't mind to be seen in a Hyundai, especially one that looks as good as this. Download the official WapCar app now on Google Play Store. Hello everybody, this is Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. This is the all-new 8th generation Hyundai Sonata and it goes up against the likes of the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. It is priced just slightly below 200,000 ringgit and I'll be honest, it is quite a lot of money for a Korean car. But in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a full run through on all the cool features of this Sonata and help you decide whether is this car worth your money. First up, the design language. The new Sonata wears Hyundai's latest Senses Sportiness design language, which you can tell from the bold, mean, aggressive front face. Over here, you get a massive front grille with horizontal slats, full LED headlamp clusters, but I want to draw your attention to the LED daytime running lights. It's a combination of two components, one light strip below the headlamps as well as one strip that runs across the body panels. And over here, it just cascades and fades away into the chrome strip very nicely. At night, when this is lit up, it's just unlike anything else on the road. Very mesmerizing to look at. To further accentuate this car's bold premium look, you get a chrome strip that runs the entire width of the front bumper, gloss black front lip, as well as functional air curtains on either side. The chrome strip on the front fender just continues all the way to the side profile of the Sonata that makes up the window trim. And over here, you can very obviously tell the fastback inspired styling of the Sonata from this sloping C-pillar onwards. Now, I want to draw your attention to the wheel caps. Why am I talking wheel caps on the Sonata? Because they're adjustable. How cool is that? So whenever you park up your Sonata, you can always leave the Hyundai logo upright and satisfy your OCD needs. At the rear of the Sonata, there are two design elements that reminds me of an Audi. First up are these LED third brake lights that almost runs the entire width of the rear windscreen. And further down here, you get a light bar that runs the entire width of the boot lid, just like an Audi. All the design elements on the Sonata, from the body panels to all these little arrow fins on the rear tail lamp clusters, all contribute to the best-in-class drag coefficient of 0.27. All this little design just helps the Sonata slice through air more efficiently. The Camry of the Sonata is a much more special place to be in compared to its Japanese rivals because the entire dashboard, the design of it, is just surrounds and cocoons the driver. Facing you is a 12.3-inch full LCD digital instrument cluster display that the animations, I have to tell it, is just such an eye-catching. Every time you get into the car, you start it up. Changing between the different drive modes is also exciting to look at. Moving along, there's a floating style 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system that supports both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as a 360-degree camera. What I have to mention is the 360-degree camera. The image quality as well as stitching is almost perfect. This is perhaps the best-in-class 360-degree camera. Further down here, dual-zone automatic climate control, 2 USB ports, as well as a Qi wireless charging tray. And what's cool here is that the Qi wireless charging tray has a rubber padding, so your phone doesn't slide around all too much. 2 cup holders, center armrest, pretty standard. What's not standard is this shift-by-wire electric gear selector. So you press through the different buttons for P, reverse, neutral and drive. Very cool. Another thing I quite fancy in the cabin of the Sonata is this 4-spoke multifunctional steering wheel with pedal shifters. It reminds me of the previous generation S-Class, the 4-spoke design, and when you're cruising and have a very relaxed seating position, it just gives you a very comfortable grip, and I quite like that. Other intricate details that I find quite interesting in the cabin of the Sonata are these little patterns that you find on the signal and wiper stalks. I don't know how to quite describe it, but it has a very nice touch and feel to it. Over to the infotainment screen as well as the climate control, the knobs on it has like a brushed aluminium finish, but it's actually plastic. But regardless, it's still quite cool. Over here, the door handles has a design that resembles or ties in very well with the car's LED daytime running lights shape because of this like inverted and arrow-like design. The door cards here, I have to draw your attention to the grab handles. It has like a hidden compartment design which you can put your phone and little items in here, and I just think it's a very cool design feature. Into the back seats of a Sonata, I have the front seat adjusted to my usual driving position and I'm 175 cm tall. I have about 3 and a bit more worth of knee room, which is on par with the competitors. Space in the footwell aplenty. And most importantly, despite having a massive panoramic sunroof, oh by the way, the Sonata is the only car in class to offer a panoramic sunroof, it doesn't eat into interior space. Look, about 1 tennis ball's worth, no complaints whatsoever. Other amenities in here include 2 back pockets, USB charging port, rear air vents, a center armrest with 2 cup holders, and LED reading light. Another highlight in this new Sonata is the engine. It's now powered by a 2.5 litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder MPI petrol engine paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It replaces the previous gen's 2.4, and the new engine makes a little bit more horsepower at 180 horsepower and 232 Nm of torque. Now some of you may question, oh, why an MPI? Why not a direct injection? Why not a turbo? Well, that's because Hyundai says that the new generation of SmartStream engines, those with direct injections, are not compatible with our local fuel. So this is the next best thing that they could offer. And I think that's fine because even though it has slightly lesser horsepower and torque compared to the Camry, it's still faster than the Camry 200. Ooh. Yeah, because on paper numbers only tell half the story. 0-100 in this Sonata takes 9.6 seconds versus the Camry's 10.5, and that's because the power delivery in this new engine is very healthy from down low, and the transmission is just very well calibrated to maximize, harvest all the available torque and power from this 2.5. And this 6-speed automatic transmission, some of you may feel that it's not enough forward ratios. I think it does the job pretty well. Downshifts are eager, upshifts are quick, and you get to play with the pedal shifters. The shift logic is also pretty on point. Like I've mentioned, it just harvests all the available power from the 2.5 engine. One aspect I was quite surprised in this new generation Sonata is the NVH levels. Based on a WapCar NVH test, at 110 km per hour, we found that the Sonata is registering about 68 decibels, which is very quiet for a car of this class. And I have to say that the wind noise is exceptionally muted. That's because of its aerodynamic design, 0.27 drag coefficient. And by slicing through air very efficiently, you don't get a lot of turbulence or any of the wind noise coming into the cabin, disrupting your just quiet, comfortable ride. Now, despite not coming with any form of ADAS, Hyundai BMW Malaysia has managed to squeeze in this feature called Blindspot View Monitor, which essentially are 2 cameras that projects your blind spot. So it's activated by flicking your signal stock either to the left side or right side, and you get your live feed projected onto the instrument cluster. This is basically one-up Honda's lane watch camera because you're able to watch both sides. Sometimes you get motorcyclists, cyclists just lurking in your blind spot and you can't get a clear view from your side mirrors. There you go. Having this camera is just super convenient. So there you have it, some of the cool features that I find in this new generation Hyundai Sonata. Yes, you may argue that it's not as well packaged compared to its other Japanese rivals that offers better value for money. But the key point here is that the Sonata is right up there, probably even better than some of its Japanese rivals in terms of its styling, performance, comfort, refinement, as well as perceived quality. But let me know in the comment section below what do you think of this new Sonata and which feature is your favorite. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Download the official WapCar app on Google Play Store now for all your latest news, reviews and comparisons to help you find your next perfect car. See you there!